fruitful feeling about yourself, because that's where you'll know if it worked out, because you start here and you end up here in the scene in class, and you know you've moved mountains to get there. And it's subtle, and it's only your knowledge that counts. It's only how good you feel about yourself, and that's inexplicable. No one can tell you about that. You just know if you've made improvements from the moment you walked in class with what you thought you should do with the scene until the end of the class 3 hours later, and you've managed to just feel really comfortable about yourself. So I'd like to bring about the Western, because I feel that the Western was about, was the first genre of the cinema back in the teens, and we started making those, and we've forgotten all about them now, and no one's really made one that's made any money, so they don't think it's a worthwhile genre. I think we really need to have, it could have a new twist, but I think we need to have that genre return. And I'm spending a lot of my time developing that, and I do half a dozen movies a year, and some good, some fun characters. I often get in trouble. I talk myself into loving the role, and then I look at the whole picture, and sometimes it's the wrong decision. But I find myself, I con myself into loving the character, and figuring the director will fix the movie, and a lot of times it doesn't happen. You got to be real careful about that. It's the attitude that was created there. Pat Johnson, who was Steve McQueen's martial artist, his instructor, the man who was the referee, his name was Pat Johnson. He was the stunt coordinator. And Eitz, for instance, came from his ki. It was his ki. And we worked 3 hours a day, individually. Pat Morita and Ralph worked alone, the Cobra Kai worked alone, and I worked alone with him. Every day we worked. And we acquired the attitude of what it was needed through this stunt coordinator who traveled with Chuck Norris in the 60s and 70s as his tournament team member. And he knew karate. He knew the essence of what it was about. And because of him, I was able to create the attitude, putting my hands in my belt, always standing like this so you'd be available to hit someone. Little more things like that you got from a coordinator. And I knew a lot from kendo. I was into sword fighting. I had that foundation. But it was the stunt coordinator that created a lot of the attitude, if not all of it, of John Kreese. And if I didn't work out with him, it wouldn't have happened. So I would say 80% of my character came from working out and doing craft with the stunt coordinator.